What is up? What is up? What is up, awesome people of the internet? Hope you all are doing fantastic. Hello, hello, hello. Guys, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. And we have some awesome hoops to get into today. Today, we're going to do a play by play watch and talk of the Indiana Fever taking on the Seattle Storm. Now, this is going to be a very, very, very fun game. We do have the PGs versus each other. We got Skylar Diggins-Smith versus Caitlin Clark. This is going to be a fun game to watch. This is when we talk about the Indiana Fever. We talk about a team that likes to get in transition offense often. They like to run. They like to run a lot of pick and rolls. And for this Seattle Storm team, this is a team that plays defense really well, especially on the guard for the guards. And so the question is, can Seattle stop what Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are doing? Possibly. And I'm very curious to see not just what Seattle can do on defense, but also what they can do on offense, because we know they got some tough players. When we talk about the Seattle Storm, you got Skylar Diggins-Smith at your one. You have Nneka Ogwumike, who is just still dominating in the WNBA. You got Jewell Loyd, who last year was the player who scored the most points per game. This year, she does have a slightly different role, so she's not scoring as many points, but she is still a very, very impactful player. You have a player like Ezi Magmagor, who is definitely in the running for Defensive Player of the Year, who just blocks anything that comes in the paint towards Ezi. She will get her hands on it. And this is a very talented squad for the Seattle Storm, and I am very much curious to see how they match up against the Indiana Fever. A thing to note, guys, is that Seattle is second in defensive rating in the WNBA. They're ranked second, so it's pretty high. That is pretty high. They are led, of course, by Jewell Loyd, 20 points a game. Ezi Magmagor, 8.6 rebounds a game, and Skylar Diggins-Smith, 6.7 assists per game. For the Indiana Fever, it's all about Caitlin and Aaliyah Boston. Caitlin Clark leads the team in both points per game and assists per game with 17.6 points a game and 8.3 assists per game. And Aaliyah Boston adds 8.7 rebounds a game to lead this Indiana Fever team. They are trying to get a victory. They have only won. They've barely won against the Seattle Storm. The Seattle Storm is typically a really good team versus the Indiana Fever, and so we'll see if they can get the dub. This is happening at Gamebridge Arena, so there is a hometown advantage for the Indiana Fever. So we will see what happens here. All right, we are about to tip off, guys. The game is available on ABC. The game is available on ABC, so hopefully y'all can tune in and watch it. All right, Ezi and Aaliyah Boston jump it up, and it is controlled by the Seattle Storm. Jewell Loyd has the basketball. She gets it to Nneka Ogwumike. Nneka pulls up at the free throw line. She misses it. Rebound goes to Aaliyah Boston. She gets it to Caitlin Clark, and it is time to see the offense of the Indiana Fever. Aaliyah gets it to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell goes for a three-point shot. She does miss it. Hits the back of the iron. Rebound goes to Nneka Ogwumike. Jewell Loyd has the basketball. She gets it to Ezi. Ezi to Skylar Diggins-Smith. Skylar in the paint, misses the shot, tries to get her own rebound, but the ball is tapped away. Alyssa Smith secures it. She gets it to Caitlin Clark, and now it is time for them to run. Caitlin steps to the left, misses the three-point shot. She hit the front of the rim. When you see Caitlin step to the left, you know she's about to hit a three. This time she missed it. Ezi Magmagor takes it down the court, and she hits the short mid-range jumper. Caitlin tried to pass it. Looks like that she tried to pass it to Aaliyah. It gets stolen by Nneka Ogwumike. She gets it to Skylar Diggins-Smith. Skylar backs it up. Passes down low to Nneka. Nneka surveys. Makes a move. Turn around. Jumper. Misses it. It's a very long rebound. The ball goes out of bounds. It is going to the Indiana Fever. Guys, if y'all could, please hit that like button. That would be really, really awesome. Hit that like button for me one time. That would be great. Thank you so much. All right, Caitlin with the basketball. She gets it to Nalissa Smith. Nalissa, back to Caitlin. Back to Nalissa. Nalissa decides to take it herself. Does a spin move. Gets wrapped up. Almost got the ball stolen, but she pulls it out. Gets it to Katie Lou Samuelson. Katie Lou had to get a shot off, and it was a shot clock violation. She's claiming that she was hit on the arm. She was hit on the arm, but the refs did not call that as a foul. She did get whacked on the arm, though. Paradical says, bad start. The game literally just started. It's a bad start. I mean, Seattle's, I don't know. I don't think this is a bad start at all. It's just started. Okay, the refs are waiting for something. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. All right, Skyly with the basketball. She gets it to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel goes for the mid-range jumper at the free throw line. She hits it. Easy shot by Jewel Lloyd. All right, Caitlin has the basketball. She steps to the left, goes for a long three-point shot. Oh, in and out above the backboard. All right. Skylar Diggins-Smith with the basketball. She gets it to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel surveys. Tries to pass it inside to Skylar Diggins-Smith, but the ball is taken away by the Fever. Caitlin with the basketball. Oh, nice pass. Oh, my goodness. Caitlin had a fantastic backdoor pass to Kelsey Mitchell. She could not hit the layup, but she does retain the basketball. Caitlin Clark ends up taking it to the lane herself, and she makes the layup to go. That was nice. That was nice. Skylar Diggins-Smith with the basketball. She decides to get it to Jordan Horston. Jordan Horston comes in the game and gets a shot off. Makes it. Aaliyah Boston with the basketball. She gets it to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell rolls to the basket. Kelsey Mitchell gets fouled. That is a foul on Skylar Diggins-Smith. And Kelsey looks like she will head to the line for 2 shots. Man, that was an epic pass, though. That was an epic pass. Kelsey makes her first free throw. Makes her second free throw. All right. Score is 6 Seattle, 4 Indiana. Jewel Lloyd with the basketball. She gets it to Ezzie McMagor. Ezzie. Skylar Diggins. Skylar steps in the inside, passes out to Nneka Ogwumike for a 3-point bucket for Nneka. That's a great shot. And y'all, Kelsey Mitchell drives to the paint. Oh, she misses the layup. Tough layup. She missed. Rebound goes to Nneka Ogwumike. Nneka running, passes to Skylar. Skylar gets a screen. Thinking about who she's going to pass it to. Gets it to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd surveys. Gets a screen by Ezzie. Pocket pass to Ezzie McMagor. And unfortunately, Ezzie had an opportunity to score, but she does travel before that. And it is a turnover. Indiana Fever basketball. Kelsey Mitchell with the basketball. Gets it to Caitlin. Caitlin passes inside to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston misses the layup, but she does get fouled, and she's going to head to the line for 2 shots. That was a foul on Jewell Loyd. Yeah, that was a nice pass, though. That was a nice pass. Caitlin Clark did have a perfect pass to Aaliyah Boston, who was sandwiched between who had NECA in front of her and Jewell Loyd behind, just trying to steal the ball. That was a perfect pass. It was. It was. That's what Caitlin Clark does. That's what she does. It's pretty normal for her now. Mercedes Russell comes in the game for Ezi Magmagor. And Aaliyah Boston makes her second free throw. SDS with the basketball. She has Caitlin on her. She passes to NECA. Gets it to Skylar. Skylar tried to pass it back to NECA, but the ball was stolen. Kelsey Mitchell on a little bit of fast break. She almost got the ball turned over, but she still has the ball. Kelsey Mitchell, she has Jewell Loyd on her, trying to shake and bake. Passes over to Nalissa Smith. Nalissa Smith gets it down low to Aaliyah Boston. Back to Caitlin Clark, who tried to pass it to Nalissa Smith, but the ball gets stolen by Nneka Ogwumike. Nneka passes, ball goes up to Jewell Loyd. Jewell Loyd trying to score on Kelsey Mitchell. The ball looks like there might have been a block on that one. Ball goes out of bounds. It is Seattle Storm basketball. Nneka with the ball. She gets to the Skylar Diggins-Smith, who gets a good look at the three-point line. Oh, in and out for Skylar. All right, Fever with the basketball. Katie Lou Samuelson with it. Katie Lou to Caitlin. Thought about the three-point shot. She has Mercedes Russell on her. Caitlin passes inside to Nalissa. Nalissa tried to make something happen against Jewell Loyd, but Nalissa Smith used a little bit too much power, and she gets called for the offensive foul. It is a turnover for the Indiana Fever. And we have reached our first timeout of the game. First timeout, guys. The score is 9 Seattle, 5 for the Indiana Fever. Now, this is more of what I was expecting. We're seeing some really good defense by the Seattle Storm, leading to some not so great plays by the Indiana Fever. But Seattle, yeah, that was an offensive foul. That was an offensive foul on Nalissa Smith. That wasn't a bad call. That was a good call. So, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, again, this Seattle Storm team is a very good defensive team. So, I don't expect the Fever to win. I expect them to make a game out of it, sure. I don't expect them to win, though. But we are at 4 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in the first quarter, guys. I would say a pretty decent start by Seattle. Decent. Now, guys. Okay, if y'all watching ABC right here, if y'all are watching ABC, this is about the fieriest commercial I've ever seen. It's a Nike commercial, and it's about the U.S. national team, and it's like, you know, every 4 years they compete and all, and it's like cool music, and all countries try to make something happen, and they all compete for second place. And the idea is that Team USA is first place. So I think it's such a funny, like I love that commercial. It is so good. It is so good, guys. I don't know if y'all have seen that commercial, but personally I like it. All right, let's see what y'all got to say in the comments. Thank you so much, 3 Diglets, for the super chat. Says, jeez, says Kelsey Mitchell, if you're going to be a hog, I assume you mean a ball hog, at least put the ball in the hole. I mean, yeah, that normally that would be a make. She just had it go off the backboard. I guess go off the backboard the wrong way, man. That was a very unlucky bounce because that was a fantastic pass by Caitlin. That was fantastic. Oh, Frank says I'm calling the Fever with the upset. Oh. If the Fever win, I will be shocked, guys. If they win, I will be absolutely shocked. All right, missed shot by missed shot by Nneka. All right, Kelsey Mitchell with the basketball. Jab step, goes for the 3-point shot. She misses it. Rebound is fought. And wow. Nneka Ogwumike just threw Nalissa Smith like a rag doll. Took that ball away from her. All right, Nneka with the basketball. Turns, faces. Aaliyah Boston makes a move. Goes for the jumper. She misses it. Rebound goes to Aaliyah Boston. She gets it to Caitlin. Caitlin, guarded by Skylar Diggins-Smith. She gets it to Aaliyah. Aaliyah to Katie Lou. To Kelsey. Back to Aaliyah. Oh, give and go between Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell gets an easy lane to the basket and gets the score. That was nice. That was a fantastic pass. Skylar Diggins-Smith with the basketball. Skylar surveying. Seattle has to score. They go for a 3-point shot. Jordan Horston misses it. Rebound goes to Nalissa Smith. She passes up to Caitlin. Caitlin to Kelsey Mitchell. Thought about the 3-point shot. She decides not to. She gets it inside to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston decides to make a move against Mercedes Russell, and Aaliyah Boston scores the layup. Wow. Fever's on a little bit of a run in Seattle. They got to score. Skylar Diggins-Smith with the basketball. She gets a screen by Nneka Ogwumike. Nneka rolls and is rewarded with the layup. Nice pick and roll action. All right, Kelsey Mitchell with the basketball. Kelsey passes to Aaliyah. Aaliyah cross-court pass to the wide open Katie Lou Samuelson. Katie Lou misses a 3-point shot. Rebound goes to Mercedes Russell. She gets it up top to Skylar Diggins-Smith. SDS has Caitlin on her. SDS goes for the jumper. It may have gotten tipped. It looks like that shot may have gotten tipped. The ball goes out of bounds. It is Indiana Fever basketball. All right. Lexi Hull is in the game and has the basketball. Lexi passes it side to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah backing down Ezzy. Aaliyah putting a little bit of shoulder into it. She gets her shot blocked, though, because Ezzy Magmagor is a blocking machine. Ball goes out of bounds. It is Seattle Storm basketball. All right. Looks like that's Sammy Wickham in the game. She gets it to Mercedes Russell, who could not hit the floater. Unlucky. That was a great opportunity. Kelsey Mitchell gets all the way to the lane, blows by the defense, and gets the layup to go. Wow. Jewel Lloyd has the basketball. She goes for the long mid-range jumper. She misses it. Rebound goes to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin finds Lexi Hull for the fast break layup. Wow. Again, Indiana is successful when they get in transition, and that is exactly what just happened. beat the other team down the court, sprint your tail off, and make something happen. That is exactly what we just saw. Caitlin Clark to Lexi Hull for the layup. I mean, it's clear every time they push pace, every single time they come out successful. That's the X factor for this team. That is the X factor. It is. And, you know, Caitlin, once again, with another assist. She about to hit that rookie record pretty soon, though. She about to hit that rookie record. So, hey, it's a good start. It's a really, really good start, I would say, for the Indiana Fever. I am pleasantly surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised because the Seattle Storm is a team that can get back with Indiana. But they didn't know. They didn't know. A thing to note is that the Fever have 10 points in the paint so far in this game. They have 10 points in the paint. For the Seattle Storm, they are relying a heavy amount on three-point shots. A heavy amount on three-point shots. And we are back. Sammy Wickham with the basketball. She gets to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd to Mercedes Russell to Sammy Wickham. Sammy up. Lexi Hull falls down. Sammy Wickham says, man down? Okay. Man down. 3-point shot from Sammy Wickham. All right, Caitlin Clark with the basketball. To Damaris Dantas to Lexi Hull. Lexi. Passes inside to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah surveying, backing down Ezzy Magmagor. And once again, Ezzy Magmagor gets a block on Aaliyah Boston. Jewel Lloyd gets it to Jordan Horston. Jordan tries to flick it back, but miscommunication. There is a turnover. Kelsey Mitchell is called for the travel. Yeah, she came down with the basketball and it seemed like she jumped back up. Yeah, she had the ball. I think that was a travel. Rebecca's trying to argue against it, but I think that was a travel. And the travel was called. All right. Jewel Lloyd with the basketball. Jewel goes for a 3-point shot. Jewel Lloyd splashes a 3-point shot with 5 seconds left to go. Caitlin Clark behind the back goes for a 3-point shot of her own. Misses. And we are at the end of the first quarter, guys. End of the first quarter. Guys, the score is 17 Seattle, 13 Indiana Fever. We have reached the end of the first quarter. I would say a pretty decent game. Pretty decent game overall. Pretty decent game. And again, guys, when we talk about this, both of these squads, you know, this is a challenge of a game. This is a challenge of a game for the Indiana Fever because they're playing a team that is, in my opinion, significantly better than them. All right. So to me, this is not a bad game for Indiana. To me, it's not. It's not a bad game in my opinion. Because again, you have to know who they're playing against. It's not just, oh, they're losing right now. Oh, it's a bad game. No. How are they playing? I think we're seeing some good passes. I think we're seeing some misses that could be made, absolutely. But this is not bad. They're playing the Seattle Storm and they're only down by 4 at the end of the first quarter. It's not a big deal. I mean, I don't know. Like I don't just because the Indiana Fever are losing does not mean it's a bad game. They're playing against a really, really good team who isn't even playing as good right now. The Seattle Storm is not even playing that great right now. They're not. Again, they have 17 points in this game. Very slower start for them. They're shooting a lot of 3-point shots for the Seattle Storm, and they're just not really hitting those 3-point shots. Well, I mean, they're 3 or 5, so I guess they're hitting some. But like, this is a team that that's really, really good at defense. Like this, again, the Seattle Storm is second in the WNBA in defense. So I don't understand the idea that Fever's playing bad. They're not. They're playing one of the best defenses in the WNBA. All right. So that's a thing. That's a thing to note. That is a thing to note, guys. Let's do a quick breakdown of the score. Let's see a breakdown on the score. So we got Kelsey Mitchell with 6 points. She has 2 of 6 from the field. Caitlin Clark with 2 points, 1 assist so far. Aaliyah Boston, 3 points, 1 of 3, and Caitlin Clark is 1 of 4. She is 0 for 3 from the 3-point line for Caitlin. Lexi Hull has gotten action a little bit. She has 2 points for the Indiana Fever. And for the Seattle Storm, it's basically all the starters. So Nneka Ogwumike has 5 so far, 2 of 6 from the field. Ezzie McMagor has 2 points. Jewel Lloyd has 5, 2 of 4 from the field. Jordan Horston has 2, and Sammy Whitcomb has 3 points. All right. C-Smoke says Fever are missing shots and making turnovers. Yeah, they are. Yep. Yeah, they are. And to me, that's not surprising. But yeah. I would say the only like really, really bad miss was the Kelsey Mitchell miss for the when she had that layup that she missed. But that's about it. MMAP says Seattle has a good defender at every position in their starting lineup. Not every team can say that. Facts. The reason why is because they're playing Seattle. Seattle has some fan-freaking-tastic defense. So, I mean, yeah. All right. Caitlin Clark with the basketball. It's guarded by Sammy Whitcomb. She gets it to Damaris Dantas. Damaris to Lexi Hull. Lexi goes behind the back. Passes over to Nalissa Smith. Nalissa misses the mid-range jumper. Rebound goes to Skylar Diggins-Smith. Skylar with the basketball. She gets a screen to Victoria Vivians, former Fever player. Sammy Whitcomb, back to Victoria, to Ezzie. Ezzie decides to take her herself. Spin move, jumper, misses the shot, but she does get fouled and will head to the line for 2 shots. Richard, why don't you like Nalissa? Why don't you like Nalissa? Ezzie misses her first free throw. Makes a second free throw. All right, Caitlin with the basketball to Damaris Dantas. Caitlin Clark with the basketball again. Caitlin has Sammy Whitcomb on her. Step back in the lane. Oh, misses the shot. Rebound. Offensive rebound goes to Nalissa Smith, who goes to get that putback, but she does get fouled, and she is headed to the line for 2 shots. Really, really nice rebound for Nalissa Smith. All right, Nalissa makes her first free throw. We got Nneka Ogwumike back in the game, and Erica Wheeler comes in for Caitlin Clark. Good decision. Give Caitlin a little bit of break. She's a little bit inefficient from the field, so give her a little bit of a break. All right, she misses her second free throw. Nalissa Smith does. Sammy Wickham with the basketball. Sammy to Nneka. Nneka to Skylar. Skylar surveying, gets a screen from Nneka. Skylar passes off to the three-point shooter. Sammy Wickham with a three-point bucket. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Damaris Dantas with the basketball. She just has to take it inside herself. She misses the shot, gets her own rebound, gets the putback, and gets it up and in. All right, Sammy Wickham gets a double screen. Thought about the three-point shot, decides not to take it. Ezzy was open for a hot second, didn't get it to her. She passes it to Skylar Diggins-Smith. Skylar with Erica Wheeler on her. Skylar thinks about the three-point shot. Is she going to do it? Nope. Decides to take Lexi Hull. Tried to get the pass through, but she is called for the travel. So Skylar Diggins-Smith with the turnover. Ghost says Skylar Diggins struggling, y'all. No, she's not. Skylar's not struggling. Yeah, she's struggling to shoot, but she's not struggling to be impactful. She has 4 assists so far. She is struggling to shoot, though. All right, Lexi Hull with the basketball. She tries to take it inside. Lexi misses. Rebound goes to Victoria Vivians. Victoria. She's very familiar with Gamebridge Arena. Nneka to Ezzy Magmagor. Ezzy Magmagor to Skylar Diggins-Smith for a three-point shot. She misses that. Rebound goes to Aaliyah Boston. She gets to the Erica Wheeler. Skylar Diggins-Smith with the fantastic defense on Erica Wheeler. Steals the ball. Ends up tapping the ball out of bounds on Erica. Turnover for the Indiana Fever. It is Seattle Storm basketball. Yes, she's bad. Her shooting is bad, but defense and assists. So, yeah. So she's still very impactful. Jewel Lloyd forces up a shot. I think she only forced that because she thought she was going to get the foul call, but she did not get the foul call. Misses the shot. Erica Wheeler with the basketball. She gets it to Aaliyah Boston, to Lexi Hull. Lexi down low to Damaris Dantas, who gets the ball stolen. Nneka Agumake with some fantastic defense. Gets it to Skylar Diggins-Smith. Skylar takes it to the lane. She misses. Again, she thought she was going to get that foul. She did not get the foul. The ball is recovered by the Seattle Storm. Nneka to Skylar. Skylar off the screen. Skylar, nice pass to Ezzy Magmagor, who gets the layup to go. This is Seattle Storm basketball. Fantastic defense and really good offense. All right. Erica Wheeler with the basketball. She gets it to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell goes for a three-point shot, and Kelsey drains the three-point shot. Nice shot by Kelsey Mitchell. All right, Jewel Lloyd with the basketball. She gets it to Nneka Agumake. Nneka surveys back to Jewel Lloyd. Gets a screen. There's a foul on Erica Wheeler. All right, guys, the score is 23 Seattle Storm, 19 Indiana Fever. We about to see how this game continues. We about to see. That was really cute. They just did sounds of the game, and they had Caitlin was like, "You're gonna do amazing because you are amazing," to Aaliyah Boston. That's awesome. That's awesome. that was pretty awesome. That was pretty cool. Again, guys, we got 5 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Guys, the score is 23 Seattle Storm, 19 Indiana Fever. Now, again, guys, this is a very defensive-minded game. Very, very defensive-minded game. Seattle, that's what they do. They do defense. And they do it very, very, very well. Caitlin Clark, who normally averages 17.6 points a game, she only has 2 points right now. That's because she is, missing shots. Because they are making her work for every single thing. They're making her work. And so she's starting to, in my opinion, force some shots. That last mid-range jumper that she shot before she got taken out the game, that one was like one of those shots that she's like forcing. And she got to get back in the rhythm of things where she first starts with getting some assists down and then starts to drain her own shot. But guys, this is a good team. A thing to note is that we've already seen the Seattle Storm play the Indiana Fever this year, and we still haven't seen them lose this year to the Indiana Fever. They're a good squad. All right, so I know that this may be a shock to some of the new Fever fans or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, this isn't Fever basketball and all this other stuff." But this is what Seattle does. They take teams out of their normal rhythm and they make stuff happen. Kira Manger says no, Quita. They are running no plays for her. This is hero ball for no reason. They are running plays for her. It's just that the defense for Seattle is so good that it's not working. The plays that they're running is not working. That's what it is. That's due to defense. They're running plays. They are. Their running plays is just not working. So I'm just saying. I am just saying. All right, we are back. Seattle with the basketball. Skylar Diggins-Smith has it. Skylar gets the screen. Gets it to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd, misses the floater. Rebound goes to Leah Boston. She gets it to Caitlin Clark, and now it's time for them to run. Caitlin, nice pass to Damaris Johnson, but Damaris Johnson gets her shot blocked by Ezzy Magmagor. That's what Ezzy does well. That's what she does well. Nneka Ogwumike ends up getting a corner 3-point bucket for the Seattle Storm. This is what they do, guys. This is what they do. You think you got a layup? No, you don't. If Ezzy Magmagor is down there, she's going to block your shot. She is going to block your shot. Woo, that's fun. That is fun. Caitlin tries to get it to Aaliyah Boston, but the ball is stolen by Nneka Ogwumike. Nneka gets it to Skylar. Skylar on the run. Skylar Diggins-Smith misses the shot that she definitely should have made, the layup. Caitlin Clark ends up getting the basketball, passes it to Lexi Hull for a fast break layup. All right. Jewel Lloyd with the basketball. She gets it to Nneka. Nneka goes for a 3-point shot. Nneka misses. Rebound goes to Aaliyah Boston. Caitlin has tied the WNBA rookie record with 225 assists. Caitlin goes for a long 3-point shot. She misses it. Rebound goes to Ezzy Magmagor. She gets it to Skylar Diggins-Smith, and Skylar is ready to ball. Skylar has Erica Wheeler on her. Calls for the screen by Nneka. Gets it to Nneka. Nneka jab step. Takes it on the floor against Aaliyah Boston. And Aaliyah Boston is called for the foul, the shooting foul. Guys. Ezzy Magmagor was nowhere near Damaris Johnson before that pass was given. And all of a sudden, she comes out of nowhere, gets that block. That was huge. That was absolutely huge. Nneka Ogwumike makes her first free throw. All right, some changes. Sammy Wickham's in the game for Skylar Diggins-Smith. Jordan Horson's in for Victoria Vivians. Kelsey Mitchell's in for Damaris Dantas. And, yeah, Kelsey Mitchell's in for Damaris Dantas. There we go. And Nneka Ogwumike makes her second free throw. Caitlin with the basketball. She gets it to Aaliyah Boston. Sets a screen for Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey rolls off the screen, passes it to Katie Lou. Katie Lou to Caitlin. Caitlin tries to take it inside. Guys, are you all looking at the plays that they're running? The play that they just ran for it looks like it was supposed to set up Caitlin for a 3-point shot. But because it was a screen. But because this Seattle Storm team recovers so fast off of a screen, it didn't work. That play did not work. And so Caitlin was like, you know what? Let me just take it inside and try to make something happen. Caitlin makes both of her free throws. All right, Sammy Wickham to Ezzy McMagor. Ezzy. Oh, nice pass to Jewel Lloyd, who cut into the lane and gets the layup. Nice. Caitlin Clark with the basketball. Caitlin off the screen, gets it to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah to Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull goes for the 3-point shot. Lexi Hull with the 3-point bucket. All right. It's getting a little bit closer. Nneka Ogwumike with the basketball. She gets a screen to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd fires a 3-point shot. Misses. Rebound goes to Aaliyah Boston. Caitlin pushing. This is where Indiana looks great. Pushing the basketball. Caitlin Clark goes all the way to the lane, and she scores. And this Seattle Storm has some talking to do. They got some talking to do. Timeout on the floor, Seattle Storm. Guys, the score is 29 Seattle, 28 Indiana Fever. That's how things are rolling right now. All right. Let's get to y'all. Let's get to some of y'all comments. All right. Oh, we got super chat. Super chat from 3 Diglett says, number 13 from Seattle is a great defensive player. Get her on the Fever immediately. Make it happen. Lynn Dunn. Yeah, which one is, who is number 13? Number 13. Guys, I don't know people's numbers. So I gotta figure out who numbers these are. Oh, Ezzy McMagor. Okay. Yeah, Ezzy McMagor is fantastic. She is. She's an absolutely fantastic player. The only thing is I don't know how Ezzy and Aaliyah would work together. That's the thing. Like I don't know if that totally works. But yeah, Ezzy McMagor is fantastic. Again, she's a defensive player of the year candidate for a reason, because she literally just blocks everything. She's great. She really is. Now, guys, if you all don't know Ezzy McMagor, she actually plays for Australian national team. She won a bronze medal. Ezzy McMagor this season is averaging 2.3 blocks a game. Exceptionally well. Exceptionally great shot blocker. She also can score really well also. But the thing is, if you are trying to get a layup on Ezzy McMagor, if you're trying to get a layup and Ezzy McMagor is in the game, you should just assume that your shot is probably going to get blocked. It probably is. If Ezzy McMagor is in, what you need to do is you need to do pump fakes, reverse layups, aka jelly layups. That's what you need to do. You're not going to get simple layups through with Ezzy McMagor. You're not. And guys, Ezzy McMagor is not going to the Indiana Fever. She's not. I would be shocked if Ezzy ever leaves Seattle. These Seattle players, like I just, unless something terrible happens, I don't see how Ezzy leaves Seattle. Like, I just don't think she will. Like I don't think she leaves at all. I can't imagine it. Again, guys, we got a 1 point game. 1 point game. See, they're showing Seattle defense with the sounds of the game, and you see the way that they talk, you see the way that they move. That's why they're so good. That's why on defense. All right. Jewel Lloyd with the basketball. We are back. She gets a screen from Ezzy. Passes inside to Ezzy. Ezzy turns around. Oh, misses a shot. Rebound goes to Lexi Hall. Looks like that could have been a foul call on Aaliyah Boston, but no foul was called. Lexi with the basketball. She gets it to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey to Caitlin. Caitlin goes for the three-point shot. She misses it. Rebound goes to Sammy Wickham. Seattle with the basketball. Jewel Lloyd has it. Pocket pass to Nneka. Nneka passes outside to Jordan Horston, who misses the shot. Rebound goes to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin has Sammy Wickham on her. Step back, 2-point shot. Caitlin Clark drains it. That was nice. That was a nice mid-range jumper. That was nice. All right, Jewel Lloyd with the basketball. She gets it to Nneka Ogwumike. Nneka Ogwumike drains the 3-point bucket. All right. Caitlin with the basketball. She has Jordan Horston on her. Cross-court pass. Ball ends up going to Lexi Hall. Lexi Hall for a 3-point bucket. And all smiles for Lexi Hall. That was nice. That was very, very nice. Jewel Lloyd gets stripped. She says it was a foul. No foul was called. Kelsey Mitchell takes it all the way and gets the layup. And the Seattle Storm is getting dominated a little bit by the Indiana Fever. All right. 12-3 run by the Indiana Fever. Looking pretty good. Caitlin Clark gets a foul call. That's nice. Again, what are you doing? You're getting in transition. Speed. That's how the Indiana Fever win. That's how they win. By speed. Jewel Lloyd with the basketball. She gets it to Ezzy Mamagor. Back to Skylar. Skylar inside to Nneka. Nneka does not get fouled on that shot. She misses. Rebound goes to Indiana. Cross-court pass to Lexi Hall for another 3-point shot. She misses it. Rebound goes to Katie Lou Samuelson. Katie Lou to Caitlin. Caitlin splits the defense. Goes for the mid-range jumper. She misses it. Rebound goes to Skylar Diggins-Smith. Skylar ready to run something. 15 seconds left on the clock. And the Seattle Storm have a chance for the final shot. 9 seconds left to go. Skylar with the ball. She goes off the screen. Skylar Diggins-Smith goes in the paint, and she scores. 2.4. Aaliyah Boston tries to go for the half-court shot, and Nneka just puts her hand up and blocks the shot. But guys, we are at the end of the first half. Guys, the score is 35. Fever. Indiana Fever on top, 35-34. Now, guys, it's a very physical game. This is a very physical game. And personally, I like it. The refs are holding their whistle for a good amount of these. There's a lot of fouls that are not being called as fouls. And so, hey, we about to see how the second half goes. The Indiana Fever are up top. I am very curious to see what you all have to say about that. Color says half court rejection. Yeah, that was a funny block. You're right. Self-made rich, you're absolutely right. Yeah, Seattle is not going that hard. They're not. But anyway, guys, that is yeah. That's what's happening right now, guys. Again, we are at a very, very close game. Just 1 point game, 35-34. All right, guys, I am going to take a quick break for the halftime. So enjoy the music that you're about to hear. But I will be right back very shortly as we go through the second half of the game. Now, again, guys, this is a game that I am expecting I'm expecting that the Seattle Storm ends up winning. But who knows? They can get got by the Indiana Fever. So we will see how this game continues to progress. And I will see you all very, very, very shortly. guys. We are back. We are back. We are back. The music kind of got different opinions about it. The reason why I was like I was like I need to play I usually do like the trap beats and whatnot, and I'll bring those back. But sometimes guys, the streams related to the Indiana Fever gets a little bit too off the rails, a little bit too terrible. And sometimes the chat be going crazy. And so I was like, you know what? Let me play some great YouTube um, approved sort of gospel like sounds to try to calm people down in the chat. So it wasn't for everybody. But I do want to try something. I just wanted to try something. um, because I was like sometimes it get too crazy. But anyway, guys, we are back. We are back. We are back. Let's get through the second half of hoops, guys. Again, the score is 35 Indiana Fever, 34 Seattle Storm. Now, so I was trying to get some what I thought was good music. I liked it personally. And all the music I play doesn't have any I'll never play anything with actual lyrics in it. So but yeah. Anyway, we back though. All right, guys. Let's kind of recap that first half real quick. Let's recap that first half. Again, this is a 1-point game. The Fever, they're still knocking on the door in this one. They're still staying in this game. And the reason why is because of their transition offense. What works really, really well for the Indiana Fever is their ability to, on missed shots, even on make shots, to get down the court as quick as possible. Whether that's Caitlin Clark taking it all the way herself, or that's someone else taking it all the way and getting a drive, or it's Caitlin doing a long pass to someone for a good shot. There is so many opportunities for the Indiana Fever to continue to play transition offense. And for the Seattle Storm, yes, they're getting defensive stops, but they're missing shots on offense. They're missing shots that they would normally make. And if I'm Noel Quinn, I'm telling my team, hey, calm down. You're doing great on defense. Offense, let's take a chill pill and let's get these shots down. All right, we have started the third quarter. Katie Lou Samuelson has the basketball. She picks up her dribble, turns around, jumper, misses it. Oh, rebound is controlled by the Indiana Fever. Nalissa Smith ends up getting fouled and is headed to the line for 2 shots. All right, she misses the free throw. Second free throw. All right, Jewel Lloyd with the basketball. She gets a screen. Goes off that screen. Passes to Skylar Diggins-Smith for a 3-point shot. Skylar! Goes in and out. Misses it. But there is a foul on the rebound. There's a foul on Aaliyah Boston on the rebound. And guys, a quick update for the other game that's happening right now. The Connecticut Sun and the Atlanta Dream. The Atlanta Dream are beating the Sun right now, 59-52. We are at the end of the third quarter of that game. All right, Jewel Lloyd with the basketball. She has Caitlin Clark on her. Jewel Lloyd tries to take it all the way herself. The ball gets knocked out of bounds, and it is staying with Seattle. Skylar inbounds it to Nneka. Nneka decides to take Leah Boston. Nneka misses the jumper. That could have been called a foul. No foul was called, though. Caitlin Clark with the basketball. She has Jordan Horson on her. Caitlin gets doubled. Passes out. Kelsey Mitchell gets a awesome 3-point bucket for Kelsey. Good decision for the Indiana Fever. All right. We got Jewel Lloyd in the paint. She misses the shot. Caitlin Clark passes up top to Kelsey Mitchell for the layup. This is exactly the transition offense that this team does very well. Jordan Horston passes it to Nneka Ogwumike, who misses the layup. She cannot hit that. Rebound goes to Aaliyah Boston. And this Seattle Storm team is getting cooked right now. Caitlin misses the long 3-point shot. Rebound goes to Seattle. Skylar Diggins-Smith decides to take it herself, and she gets fouled and head into the line for one shot. Wow. That was nice, though. That was real nice. Man, this Indiana Fever team is cooking right now. They are cooking. That break helped them out really well. That halftime break. Skylar misses her free throw. Tries to get her own rebound, but she couldn't get it. And Alyssa Smith gets it. Caitlin Clark has the basketball. She gets it to Kelsey Mitchell to Katie Lou Samuelson, who misses the shot. Rebound goes to Aaliyah Boston, who passes it to Caitlin Clark. And Caitlin Clark with the 3-point bucket. She says finally, y'all. She said finally. She has attempted so many 3-pointers today. Missed them all, but she made that one. Jewel Lloyd ends up getting fouled. As a foul on Aaliyah Boston. That was a long 3-point shot by Caitlin Clark. Three Diggler said, let's freaking go. So y'all excited now. y'all excited now. Jewel Lloyd makes her first free throw. Makes her second free throw. All right, Caitlin goes behind the back, goes for another 3-point shot. She misses it. Rebound goes to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel tries to take it herself, but last second decides to pass it. Miscommunication, the ball goes out of bounds. It is a turnover. This Seattle Storm team, I believe, is playing a little bit too fast. And Caitlin Clark is called for the technical foul. Caitlin with the technical foul. Wow. Okay. I guess Caitlin was talking too much. Got called for the technical foul. And Jewel Lloyd makes the free throw. Yeah. She hit the basket. All right, Caitlin with the basketball. Pass. Oh my goodness. What a pass. Caitlin Clark passes it to Aaliyah Boston, but that was a nice pass. Wow. Aaliyah makes the layup. Skylar Diggins-Smith gets all the way to the lane, but she misses the layup. Katie Lou Samuelson thought she was about to get a layup, but once again, I told y'all, if Ezzy McMagor is in the game, you cannot do a regular layup. You can't. Katie Lou was like, oh, yes, I finally can score in this game. I finally can get a layup. But no. Ezzy McMagor comes out of nowhere once again and gets the block. All right, Caitlin to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston could not hit the layup. Rebound goes to Nneka Ogwumike. Nneka to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd gets into the lane. Jewel Lloyd off one leg, misses it. Jordan Horson was trying to get the rebound, but rebound controlled by the Indiana Fever. And Skylar Diggins-Smith ends up fouling Caitlin. Seattle got to get it going. They got to get it going. All right, Caitlin with the basketball. Gets it to Kelsey Mitchell, who misses the lay-in. Rebound, Ezzy Mamgor. Ezzy picks up a dribble, gets it to Nneka. Nneka takes Kelsey Mitchell. Nneka Ogwumike gets the layup up and in. All right, 45 Indiana, 41 Seattle. Let's see. All right, NaLyssa Smith with the basketball. She gets it to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin gets the screen from NaLyssa, passes it to NaLyssa. NaLyssa spin move in the paint. NaLyssa Smith misses the mid-range jumper. Seattle Storm with the basketball. Skylar Diggins-Smith tries to take it in the lane, but she does get fouled by NaLyssa Smith. And Skylar will head to the line for 2 shots. MAP says Clark complains on every play. Be quiet already. That's what players do. That's what there's some players who that's all they do is complain. That's all they do. It is what it is. Skylar Diggins-Smith is one of those players. Anytime there's something, a foul called or whatever, she's complaining too. So it's not, it's a pretty normal thing. And speaking of Skylar, she does make both of her free throws. The score is 45 Indiana Fever, 43 Seattle Storm. Indiana came into this third quarter on a bit of a run, and now the Seattle Storm is coming right back and ready to go. Again, we have a 2-point game with 5 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in this game. So yeah. Paris says, PSA, I'm guaranteeing the win, y'all. For who? For who? Yeah. Seattle Seattle is struggling to shoot. Defensively, they're doing fine. They're struggling to shoot. They are struggling to shoot, and it starts with their leader, Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd is the player who sort of makes everything happen. Yes, she's not the most she's not the most veteran of player, but she is the guaranteed leader for the squad for Seattle Storm, and she got to get going. She has to get going for this team to really have a chance. So we're going to see if she can get going. Jewel Lloyd only has 10 points in this game. Only 10 points, which is not good for a player like Jewel Lloyd. It is not good at all. Again, she's a player who averages 20 points a game. So her having 10 in the third quarter is not very good. Nneka Ogwumike has 14 points, 7 rebounds. Ezzy Mamgor, 5 points, 5 blocks. 5 points, 4 blocks for Ezzy Mamgor. And Skylar Diggins-Smith with 6 points. Now for the Indiana Fever, we have Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell continuing to do their thing. Caitlin Clark, 11 points. She has 11 points, 4 assists. And for Kelsey Mitchell, she is scoring the basketball well. She has 16 points in this game so far. Aaliyah Boston, surprisingly, Aaliyah only has 5 points. So it's low scoring type of game for a player like Aaliyah Boston. So we're gonna see what this Seattle Storm team can do to finish out this third quarter. because they need to go on a giant run. That's what they need to do. Yeah, Lexi Hall does have 10 points. Yeah, Lexi does have 10 points. So yeah, guys, we're about to see what this what the rest of this third quarter has to offer. Caitlin with the basketball. Gets it to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell for a 3-point shot. Kelsey Mitchell! Woo! Nice shot by Kelsey Mitchell. That was real nice. All right. Nneka Ogwumike in the lane. Passes out to Ezi Mamagor for a 3-point shot. Ezi. Oh, looks like they're calling that a 2-point shot. They're calling that a 2. All right. Caitlin passes to Kelsey to Aaliyah. Ball eventually goes to NaLyssa Smith, who makes a move in the paint. NaLyssa Smith misses it. Rebound goes to Katie Lou Samuelson. Katie Lou to Aaliyah Boston. As she gets into Kelsey Mitchell, Kelsey tried to do like a quick turnaround jumper. She misses it. And we got Skylar Diggins-Smith with the 3-point bucket. All right. Y'all don't want Skylar to start going off now. Y'all don't want that. We are all tied up in this game at 48-48. Katie Lou Samuelson with the basketball. She gets it to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah to Caitlin. Caitlin gets it to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston just has to back down Ezi Mamagor. She misses the shot, gets her own rebound, gets the putback up and in. Aaliyah Boston will not be denied. Jewel Lloyd goes for a mid-range jumper. She needs to get going for this team. All right, Caitlin trying to thread the defense. Oh, almost a turnover. Gets it to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston to Katie Lou to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell for a 3-point shot. Kelsey misses it. Rebound goes to Nneka. Oh, no. Nneka tries to pass it up to Skylar Diggins-Smith, but the ball ends up getting stolen. And Caitlin Clark with the 3-point bucket. Skylar Diggins-Smith with the basketball. Skylar to Jordan Horston. Jordan to Ezi. To Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd off of one leg going to the left, and she hits it. That was a tough bucket by Jewel Lloyd. Caitlin Clark ends up getting the ball stolen. Ezi Mamagor with it. She gets it to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd back to Ezi. Ezi gets the lay-in to go. All right, Kelsey Mitchell with the basketball. Yeah, she was tripped. Yeah, she was. Kelsey to Caitlin. Caitlin with the runner in the lane, and she hits it. Caitlin with the floater. All right, Jewel Lloyd has the basketball. Oh, she ended up getting whacked by Kelsey Mitchell. No foul was called, and Kelsey Mitchell goes easily for the layup. Oh, man. Nneka Ogwumike with the basketball. She gets it to Skylar Diggins-Smith. Skylar gets it all the way to the lane. Skylar Diggins-Smith gets bumped and gets a finish. No foul called. Caitlin to NaLyssa Smith. NaLyssa Smith gets fouled on the layup, and she is headed to the line. Now, guys, some of y'all are probably upset about the foul calls or whatever, about Caitlyn getting tripped. Yeah, sure. Caitlyn did get tripped. The refs didn't call it. I'm cool with that because we have seen the refs not call a lot of fouls. And to me, these refs are holding their whistle on fouls. Just like that last play. Jewel Lloyd got whacked by Kelsey Mitchell. No fouls called. I am okay with refs doing that. In a lot of ways, that's what FIBA does. They hold their whistle on certain stuff, you know. As long as it's consistent, as long as you are not calling it both ways, I'm okay with that. Personally, I'm okay with that. Some of y'all are probably really, really upset and gonna say that the WNBA is trying to hurt Caitlyn because they tripped her and no foul was called. But to be honest with you, I've seen a lot of fouls by the Indiana Fever against Seattle, and it hasn't been called in that first half. So I'm cool with it. I'm cool with, as long as it's both ways, I'm cool with it. All right, she makes her free throw. All right, Sammy Whitcomb goes for a 3-point shot. She hits the back of the iron. Rebound goes to Indiana Fever. Kelsey with the basketball. She gets a screen. Kelsey goes for a long 2-point shot. She misses it. Rebound goes to Ezzy McMagor. All right, she gets to Sammy Whitcomb. Sammy decides to take it. Oh, Sammy gets her shot blocked by Caitlin Clark. Caitlin. Caitlin tried to get a layup on Ezzy McMagor, and Ezzy McMagor just blocked that stuff. Man. I was expecting it, guys. I was expecting that. I was expecting it. Man, that's what Ezzy does. That's what Ezzy does, y'all. All right, Kelsey Mitchell in the lane. Ezzy didn't block it, but she severely altered it. Made her miss it. Sammy Whitcomb goes for a 3-point bucket, and she misses. We are at the end of the third quarter, guys. The score is a 1-point game, just like it was at halftime, guys. 59 Indiana, 58 Seattle. That is the score. Guys, that was fun. I thought that was a pretty entertaining quarter, personally. I thought that was pretty cool. Frank says, "Don't be laughing at Caitlyn." Okay. That was funny though. Come on now. You got to admit that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Ezzy been getting everybody today. She been getting everybody. You think you got a layup, and no, you don't, cause she gonna be like, block. Block. That's what she does. Ezzy McMagor. Oh man, that was funny. That was funny. Come on now, y'all gotta admit that was funny. Y'all gotta admit that was pretty funny. It was. Jaden says that's so mean of Ezzy. What is Ezzy supposed to do? Not block it? I mean, what's she supposed to do? That was hilarious though. That was hilarious. Oh my goodness, Joshua. Because I find that funny. I'm a Caitlin Clark hater. Sometimes I think people are way too irrational. You're way too irrational. I don't get it. I don't understand how that's considered being a hater. Like I just I don't make any I don't, that don't make any sense to me. I don't get it. I think a lot of people are way too sensitive. Um, but whatever. I don't know how anybody can actually listen to my actual commentary, my full commentary about stuff, and say that I'm a Caitlin Clark hater. Like I how could you listen to Quita Loves Sports and think that? Like you don't listen. You clearly don't. You clearly don't really listen. You clearly don't. Because if you did, it's no way. It's no way you can listen to the whole of what I say about Caitlin and others and think that I hate Caitlin. But whatever. Go off if you want to. Go off if you want to. Have a great day while you're doing it. But no. Exactly, Mike. This is not a Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese channel. When Ezzy blocks Angel Reese shot, it's funny. When when Ezzy blocks anybody's shot, it is hilarious, guys. It is. Like it's just because she's so good at it. Was it Lexi Hull that thought that no, it was Katie Lou Samuelson who thought she had a layup earlier in the game, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, here comes Ezzy Magmagor with the block. This is what happens. Guys, don't be irrational. Just because you like a player does not mean that anybody who does not kiss the soles of your favorite player's feet is a hater. It's crazy. Crazy. Okay, anyway. Let's continue on. We are at the fourth quarter. All right. Jewel Lloyd has the basketball. She gets it to Sammy Wickham. Sammy with the floater misses that. Rebound goes to Mercedes Russell. Come on. You got to review that. That was not a foul. They call a foul on Mercedes Russell, who just stood there. That's not a moving screen. I don't think she was moving. I don't know. I don't know if she was really moving on that one. Maybe slightly, but yeah. Anyway, Caitlin with the pass to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey has Jewel Lloyd on her. Back to Caitlin. Caitlin goes into the paint. Caitlin gets the layup up and in. You also want to know why she got that layup up and in? Because Ezzy Magmagor is on the bench, guys. She is on the bench, and now it is time for this Indiana Fever team to start cooking in the paint. Jewel Lloyd goes for the mid-range jumper. Gets it to go. All right. Caitlin. Nice pass to Damaris Dantas. Damaris Dantas ends up getting fouled, and she is headed to the line for 2 shots. All right, Damaris misses her first free throw, hits the front iron. Carol Manger, the refs are not a problem. They're not. Did I ever say the refs were a problem? I just said I disagree with that foul. I don't think that was a foul. I think they should have held the whistle on that one. But they're not the problem. No. Jewel Lloyd with 3-point shot. Jewel misses it, hits the front end of the iron. Indiana with the basketball. Caitlin. She gets slightly doubled. Passes out to Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull for a 3-point shot. Lexi Hull with the 3-point bucket. Wow. That was nice. Caitlin realized Lexi was open. Cross-court pass. Got her the basket. Jewel Lloyd with the tough lay-in. Up and good. All right. Caitlin with the basketball. To Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah tries to get it down low to Damaris Dantas, who gets fouled by Mercedes Russell. Yeah, that was a fantastic pass by Caitlin to Lexi Hall. I mean, that's what a great point guard does for you. That's what they do for you. All right, we got Erica Wheeler in the game for the Fever. Aaliyah Boston to Lexi Hall. Lexi Hall for another 3-point shot. Lexi Hall! Go off, why don't you? 3-point basket for Lexi Hall. Wow. Y'all, Lexi feeling it. She feeling it. Missed shot by Jewel Lloyd. All right, Caitlin with the basketball. She gets to the Damaris Dantas. Dantas for a 3-point shot. Misses that. Rebound goes to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd ready to push. She takes it to the hole. Jewel Lloyd ends up getting fouled. And Caitlin's like, hey, you better review that. That wasn't no foul. Let's see if that was a foul. Let's see. Oh, darn. They're not going to show the replay. But y'all, Lexi Hall is feeling it. Woo. She feeling it, y'all. She feeling it. Jewel Lloyd makes her first free throw. Future Ghost says, thanks so much for the super chat. Says, as a Fever fan, I'm tired of Jewel. All right. Jewel makes her second free throw. Yeah, Lexi Hall is doing her big one today. She's doing her big one today. All right, Lexi with the basketball to Caitlin. Caitlin, tough bucket against Skylar Diggins-Smith. Caitlin making it happen. Jewel Lloyd has the basketball. She gets it to Nneka Ogwumike. Oh, and they call a charge on Nneka. Who was that? Who caused that charge? Lexi Hall. She is making it happen on the 3-point line. She's making it happen on defense as well. Lexi Hall is doing just about everything that this Indiana Fever team needs her to do. Making it happen, Captain. All right. Dantas to Hall. Caitlin gets it and she travels. All right, Skylar Diggins-Smith with the basketball. Skylar gets it to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd gets fouled once again. She gets fouled once again. And she is headed to the line for 2 shots. All right, let's see if she can hit her free throws because they need these bad. They need these really, really, really bad. Misses that first free throw. Or she makes the second free throw. All right, Caitlin to Aaliyah Boston to Kelsey Mitchell with the 3-point bucket. Wow. They are feeling it right now. Jewel Lloyd trying to play hero ball, misses the shot. Rebound goes to Damaris Dantas. Caitlin has the basketball. Off the screen, gets it to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston at the elbow. She gets it to go. Guys, this is a 10-point lead. 10-point lead for this Indiana Fever squad. 10-point lead, guys. The score is 65 Seattle Storm, 75 Indiana Fever. Wow. Let's go. Let's freaking go, man. Wow. I'm surprised. I gotta say, I'm surprised, guys. I am surprised. Wow. Hey, you wanna know how that started? You wanna know how that fantastic run has started? We're 16-7 run in the fourth quarter for this Indiana Fever team. You wanna know how it started? Started by the general for this team, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin got herself a layup to start off the quarter, and Lexi Hall wanted to get in action, and Lexi Hall goes back-to-back 3-pointers for Lexi Hall. One sort of towards the top of the key, one in the corner, one assisted by Caitlin Clark, one by Aaliyah Boston, and Lexi Hall made it happen, Captain. And then, Caitlin's feeling it. Lexi's feeling it. Now, Kelsey's like, I don't want to be left out now. I don't want to be left out. Y'all doing y'all thing. I don't want to be left out. So she gets a 3-pointer as well. And of course, if Caitlin's scoring, if Lexi Hull's scoring, if Kelsey Mitchell's scoring, Aaliyah Boston's like, hey, man, I got to do something too. And she gets a 12-footer to go off of a pass by Caitlin Clark. Guys, this team is rocking and rolling and rocking. They are making stuff happen on both the offensive end and defensive end. Because, guys, we saw that charge that Lexi Hull got on Nneka Ogwumike. We are seeing this team play with energy, playing with confidence, and they're stepping up their defensive game, and that's leading to transition buckets. And even in the half court, they're realizing what the Seattle Storm is doing in terms of like with that extra focus on Caitlin Clark, and they're finding other players to get involved and score. And it's working for them. It is working for them. Guys, there is still time for the Seattle Storm to come back. It is just a 10-point game, so it is very, very much possible for it to be a comeback for the Seattle Storm. But we'll see. 5 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. ABZ, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, can we finally call Rookie of the Year already? Yeah, I guess. I mean, to be honest with you, I thought Rookie of the Year was basically called in July when Caitlin, I think she averaged like 20 points a game in July, and she was just epic in July. So I think that kind of wrapped it up, in my opinion. It was wrapped up in July. But yeah, it I mean, in my opinion, yeah, unless Caitlin gets hurt, knock on wood, unless she gets hurt, yeah, she's winning Rookie of the Year for sure. I don't see how she doesn't win it. But it is absolutely okay if you think otherwise. All right, Skylar Diggins-Smith gets it into the lane and gets the score to go. Wow, Aaliyah Boston, bad pass to Caitlin Clark, ends up getting stolen. All right, Seattle with the basketball. Skylar Diggins-Smith takes it all the way, and she gets the finger roll to go. Wow. Looks like Caitlin may have hurt her arm there. There's a moving screen on Aaliyah Boston. Moving screen. And just like this, guys, now Nneka gets called for the offensive foul. So we're seeing moving screens both ways. All right, Caitlin to Damaris to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey goes around the horn to Lexi Hall. Lexi Hall for 3 points. Wow. Y'all, she feeling it. Big time she feeling it. Ezzy Magmagor has the basketball. She has Damaris Dantas on her. Passes out to Skylar Diggins-Smith. Skylar Diggins-Smith gets a screen. Skylar goes for the mid-range jumper. She misses it. Rebound goes to Caitlin Clark. Wow. Lexi, read all about it. Once again, Lexi Hole in the corner. Lexi Hole for another 3-point basket. Lexi, wow. Lexi Hole. What? Man, 22 points for Lexi Hall. 6 of 7 from the 3-point line. Wow. Hey, strike while the iron is hot. Strike while the iron is hot. You know that Lexi Hall has the hot hand. So anytime you have an opportunity, give her the basketball. She is standing on the 3-point line, waiting for an opportunity to shoot. And she drills it. Wow. Player of the game, Lexi Hall. It better be. Player of the game, Lexi Hall. What? Man, this is crazy. This is crazy the way that she is playing right now. Absolutely crazy. Wow. I think this may be a wrap. This may be over. I don't know. I don't know how Seattle comes back from this. I think that last 3-pointer by Lexi was the dagger. Like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Ooh-wee. Lexi Hall. That Olympic break must have done wonders for her, guys. Lexi Hall averages 3.7 points a game. 3.7 points a game. Just keep that in your mind. 3.7 points a game. That's what she averages. All right? That's what she averages. 3.7 points. Before today's game, the most points, she basically doesn't average much. Each game. The most points she's had so far this season has been 10. The most points she had all season was 10 against the Connecticut Sun. That was the most points she had all season. All right? And today, Lexi Hall steps up, and she steps up big time with 22 points, guys. 22 points. 6 of 7 from the 3-point line. What? I'm just saying, man, it's kind of crazy. Lexi doing her thing. She on her big one today. Man. I'm surprised, guys. I really am. I'm surprised. I did not expect this type of game from Lexi. I didn't. Because teams leave her open sometimes, and she don't hit like this. Again, guys, before today, the most points she's ever scored in a game this season was 10. Guys. She averages 3 points a game. It's just showing how fantastic she has been. Man, it is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. They're finding her wide open because, again, Seattle overly helps. They overly help, and it leads what it leads to. Career high 22 points. All right, Skylar Diggins-Smith with the basketball to Jewel Lloyd. Back to Skylar. Skylar to Jewel. Jewel gets it to Jordan Horston. Jordan Horston with a tough bucket to go. All right. Caitlin with the basketball. Bringing it down. Gets the screen. Caitlin Clark. She hits it. 3-point bucket for Caitlin Clark. Wow. This is crazy. Damaris Dantas is called for the foul down low. 3 Diglett says Lexi Hall is the MVP of the league and MVP of my heart. Fire Diggins, she's a hacker. What? All right, 3 Diglets. All right. You realize that she's supposed to play that type of defense against the Fever, right? Because she plays for the Storm. Turnaround jumper for Nneka Ogwumike is missed. Rebound goes to Fever. Kelsey Mitchell with another 3-point basket. It's you get a 3, you get a 3, you get a 3, you get a 3, you get a 3. This is Oprah handing out cards right here. That's what this is. This is what this is. Wow. And it was a foul on. It was a foul. Nneka Ogwumike is heading to the line, and when that foul was called, you saw Caitlin Clark had her hands on her head, and she's running like, what? Man. You get a 3, you get a 3, you get a 3, you get a... Everybody getting a 3. Everybody's getting a 3. Jewel Lloyd turnaround jumper in the paint. She misses that. Rebound goes to Kelsey Mitchell. All right, Caitlin gets a screen. Gets another screen. Gets inside the paint. Damaris Dantas for a 3-point shot. Can she hit it too? Oh my God. Damaris Dantas with a 3-point basket. Wow. Literally everybody's hitting a 3. Everybody. Jewel Lloyd just got a 3. Man. What a run, guys. What a run. Caitlin Clark at the basketball. She gets a screen from Damaris Dantas. Dantas to Lexi Hull. Back to Dantas. Dantas for a 3-point shot. Dantas. Oh, she misses. Guys, I was about to go crazy if she would have hit that. I was about to go crazy. This is wild. Skylar Diggins-Smith for a 3-point shot. She misses. Hits the back iron. Rebound goes to Damaris Dantas. Gets it to Caitlin. And game's over. Game's over. Fever won, basically. It's not over yet, though. But, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy. Aaliyah Boston gets it to Damaris Dantas for a long 2-point shot. And Damaris Dantas gets it to go. Wow. Indiana is taking down the behemoths known as the Seattle Storm. Wow. What a game. What a game. Adrian, thank you so much for the super chat. Says that's why she was drafted in the first round. I haven't seen her shoot like this since Stanford. Yeah, Lexi Hull. Yeah. Yeah. She hasn't done this in the WNBA at all. She hasn't done this in the WNBA at all. And it was great to see. It is great to see. She got it in her, you know. Wow. Man. This is fire. And again, guys, they're doing this against the second best defensive team in the WNBA. Second best defensive team. Offensively, yes, Seattle Storm, is not the best. But defensively, the second best defensive team. That's why I call them a behemoth, because of the way they play defense. It's not about their record. It's about the way they play defense. Second best in the W. And they just got rolled over by the offensive firepower that is this Indiana Fever team. This is insane. Remy says the best game the Fever has played in their history of franchise. No, it's not. Remy, are you new to the WNBA or the Indiana Fever? This is nowhere near the best game for the Indiana Fever. Guys, the Fever used to be a really good squad. This is not. This is their best game this year. Yeah, sure. Best game in a while, sure. But no, this is not the best game of the franchise. It's not. It's not. All right. Maybe. Do you guys want me to do a history of the Indiana Fever? Because I think there's just a lot of new people who just have no idea. They probably never even heard of Indiana Fever before that, before like this year or like for the next couple of years. And a lot of people are thinking that this is like the greatest thing. Like this is peak Indiana Fever, and it's not. It's not. I I there's like a whole history of the Indiana Fever and what they have done as a franchise, specifically with, in my opinion, the greatest Indiana Fever player ever, which is Tamika Catchings, one of the greatest players in the WNBA. Period. Tamika Catchings. Guys, I think it is not helpful to just randomly say, in my opinion, wild stuff like that. Because the history, guys, the history of the Indiana Fever is so strong. It is. Mercedes Russell got fouled and she's going to head to the line for 2 shots. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, man, like, do you know about this team and like what they've gone through as a franchise and what they've done? Like, do you know? I'm just saying, guys. And be excited. This is not, I don't have a, be excited, be ecstatic that your team has accomplished what they've accomplished today. They played a fantastic game. But come on. This isn't the best franchise win. Come on. All right. Grace Berger's in the game. Damaris Dantas gets it to Erica Wheeler. Erica Wheeler to Damaris Dantas. Dantas, turnaround jumper. She misses it. Rebound goes to Mercedes Russell. She gets it to Victoria Vivians. Sammy Wickham to Victoria Vivians to Mercedes Russell. Oh, Nika Mule is in the game. Mercedes Russell is jump ball. It's basically over. 31 seconds left to go. Yeah, I'll do that, Remy. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do a history lesson. Yeah, I'll do a history lesson. I will do a history lesson. Yeah, I'll do one. I'll do one. Yeah. And the crowd is on their feet, and they are very, very, very excited. The fact that the Indiana Fever has taken down. Oh. Oh, what's going on? Noelle Quinn is upset. Misunderstanding. Yeah, it just seemed like it's just a misunderstanding between the coaches. Misunderstanding. It's about the timeout and how Seattle put in their bench players and at the time Indiana didn't. I think it was just a misunderstanding. Chrissy Size didn't realize it, and it's all right. It's all love between them. It's all love. It's not a big deal. Misunderstanding. Well, it happens sometimes. But anyway, guys. Anyway, we have reached the end of the game, and guys, the Indiana Fever make it happen, captain, and they take down the second best defensive team in the WNBA. The final score is 92 Again, 92 Indiana Fever, 75 Seattle Storm. Wow. What a game. What a game. What a game. What a game. And to me, this game is in parts, right? I would say I would box up the entire first three quarters in one sort of bucket and say close game, and we'll see who comes out with it, right? The first three quarters, it was close. It was a 1-point game to go into the fourth quarter, and we saw this team, this Indiana Fever team. We saw this team just put on an absolute show. Guys, the score was 58 Seattle, 59 Indiana. For Seattle, they played pretty good defense throughout the three quarters. Good defense, three quarters. They really did try to make it a little bit frantic for the Indiana Fever. They were hedging on screens. They knew the plays that the Indiana Fever were going to run for Caitlin, and they just spoiled it for the first three quarters, right? And the problem with the Seattle Storm is they did not take care of business when they had the opportunity. This is a team that absolutely should have won this game for the Indiana Fever. They should have. For the Seattle Storm. They should have won this game. And you allowed the Indiana Fever to hang on. Yes, you played good defense against them, but you wasn't scoring. You was not scoring. And what happens? As a result, you allow this team to get hot in the fourth quarter and absolutely run you over. Now, guys, again, tale of two sides. The first three quarters, where good defense by Seattle, they weren't able to hit their shots and make some stuff happen on that front. So they kept the Indiana Fever in the game. Fourth quarter comes, guys. Fourth quarter comes, and Chrissy Sides makes a really, really good decision. What does she do? She decides that Nalissa Smith, who hadn't been playing well the entire game, I guess she was okay, but she, she wasn't really good. Nalissa Smith had a bad game today. And instead of allowing Nalissa Smith to play in the fourth quarter, what do? Take her out. All right, and you say, okay, here's what we're gonna run with. We're gonna bring Lexi Hull in the game for the fourth quarter. We're also going to keep Katie Lou Samuelson on the bench. Put Katie Lou Samuelson on the bench, and we're gonna rock out with that. Okay. So we're gonna have Lexi in for Lexi and Damaris Dantas in the game. It was Damaris Dantas, Lexi Hull, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston. And to me, this was a W decision by Chrissy Sides. This was a smart decision to realize, okay, these two players are not really contributing for me right now. They're not. So you guys go onto the bench. Appreciate y'all, but you go onto the bench. Now, bench players, Damaris Dantas, Lexi Hull, come in this game and take over. Let's make it happen. They come into this fourth quarter. Again, guys, this is a 1-point game. 1-point game, guys. 58 Seattle, 59 Indiana. 1-point game. First thing that comes up is Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark does what she does well. She gets to the paint and she scores. Yes, absolutely, Caitlin Clark is a great three-point shooter. Yes, she's a great passer. But this girl can get to the paint and get scores to go. She gets a pass by Kelsey Mitchell, gets a layup to go. Okay, 3-point game. A little bit of momentum, right? And they just sort of go on from there. She hits that layup. On the other end of the court, Jewel Lloyd gets a jumper of her own. It's still 1-point game. And then, guys, the floodgates open. With her first three-pointer of the fourth quarter, Lexi Hull gets a fantastic pass by Caitlin Clark. Now, guys, this was basically a semi-blown play where the Seattle Storm has overly helped on Caitlin Clark, who's like roughly in the corner. She She's looking in the paint. Caitlin Clark is looking in the paint to see who she could pass it to. No one was open, but in the side of her eye, she saw that towards the top of the key, she saw that Lexi Hull was ready to go, and she didn't really have anybody on her. Caitlin Clark hits a fantastic pass from she was basically in the corner. Caitlin Clark was to get it sort of towards the top of the key to Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull drains the 3-point bucket. That was the first 3-point bucket of the fourth quarter for Lexi Hull. So she hits that. Boom. You have the energy. You have the crowd is into it. Boom. Lexi Hull, who can hit 3-pointers, but usually, is not crazy impactful. She made it happen with a great basket. All right. You come down the court. Jewel Lloyd is trying to do the one-man band thing. She makes a layup. Great. You come back down. Aaliyah Boston has the basketball. I believe she was in the paint. And then she sees, again, sort of in the corner of her eye of sorts, she sees Lexi Hull, who is open at the 3-point line in the corner. Lexi Hull gets the pass, drains the 3. She was ready. Lexi Hull is a player who the way that Indiana sort of runs their offense, you see Lexi sort of standing on the 3-point line quite often, right? Quite often. But she doesn't hit her shots like she hit them today. She hit the 3-point basket. Great pass by Aaliyah Boston to Lexi Hull for a 3-point shot. Great. Guys, now guys, this is momentum for the Indiana Fever. At this point, they're winning by 6. All right? This is a 6-point game. And again, to start off the quarter, Caitlin Clark scores, gets a layup. Then Lexi Hull starts going off. Then Caitlin Clark gets a floater jump shot to go. All right, still this Indiana Fever team is building momentum, and making the runs happen. And then Kelsey Mitchell was like, you know what? I want to get in action, right? I want to get in action in the fourth quarter. We got Caitlin getting those 2s in. We got Lexi Hull getting those 3s in. I want to get a 3-point shot too. So Kelsey Mitchell gets a 3-point shot off of a great pass by Aaliyah Boston. And now this team is rolling. Absolutely rolling. Jewel Lloyd is trying to be a one-man band for Seattle, but it's just not enough. And the score just keeps on compounding. Aaliyah Boston gets into action as well, scoring a jumper. And it just went back to what it was earlier in the fourth quarter. Lexi Hull hits another 3-point basket. Aaliyah Boston with a great pass. Guys, with 4 minutes left in this game, the score was 81. 81 to 69. Guys, with 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. 81 for the Indiana Fever to 69 for the Seattle Storm. Guys, again, remember, this was a 1-point game to start the quarter. This is a 1-point game. All of a sudden, this Indiana Fever team put their foot on the gas, got stops on the defensive end. They went out in transition. They ran really, really good half-court offense, and they were exploiting what the Seattle Storm was doing. It took them three quarters to figure this out, to figure how basically the Seattle Storm was hedging a lot. They were trying to they were using their active hands to distract Indiana from the fact that they usually had a man open, right? And finally, in that fourth quarter, they were able to get it to the man open, which was Lexi Hull, and get her involved, and that just sort of like opened the floodgates for this team. Lexi Hull hit another 3-point shot in that fourth quarter, and guys, of course, Caitlin also has to get a 3-point shot as well, so she got a 3-pointer as well. And it was just a 3-point show. It was just a 3-point show because You had Lexi Hull hitting 3-point shots like crazy. You had Kelsey Mitchell get a 3-point shot. You had Caitlin Clark get a 3-point shot. You had Damaris Dantas get a 3-point shot. Caitlin Clark, of course, scored as well. Aaliyah Boston, of course, scored 2-pointers as well. But guys, this is the perfect game for this Indiana Fever squad. This is a perfect game because this showed them that all you got to do is stay in there. Just stay in there. Yes, you missed layups. Yes, you missed 3-point shots early in the game. Yes, absolutely. You struggled early in the game because of the defense that Seattle was playing against you. But all you have to do is stay close enough. Stay close enough and then try to figure it out as the game goes. And they finally figured it out in the fourth quarter. Shots were falling and they absolutely made stuff happen. Now, guys, I know a lot of people are not going to, a lot of y'all are probably not going to credit Chrissy Sides at all for this win. You're probably not. You're probably just going to be like, oh, Chrissy Sides ain't got nothing to do with it. I still want her to get fired and all this stuff. No, guys. I thought that the personnel adjustments and the heads-up nature of this Indiana Fever team in this fourth quarter was a difference maker. It was a difference maker, guys. It was. Because we saw that there were opportunities in the first 3 quarters. But Indiana couldn't get it to the right man at the right time. In the fourth quarter, what'd they do? Have their heads up. Yes, Caitlin always has her head up, but they realized that on these pick and roll actions that they run, there's someone open. When Aaliyah Boston has the basketball, the focus is on her and on Caitlin, right? There's usually on the opposite side of the court, there's usually somebody open. Who was open? Lexi Hull. And Lexi Hull was ready to go, and she hit those shots. And again, guys, when we talk about this squad, this is a squad that kind of has a normal rotation of like Nalissa and Aaliyah Boston. But what was realized is that Nalissa Smith was not impactful today. What do? You put in Damaris Dantas, who y'all may not know that much about Damaris Dantas, but Damaris Dantas can play. She can. She's a veteran player who can hit threes. Yes, sometimes she misses some shots, but in general, she is a impactful player. And she was impactful today. So to me, I give Chrissy Sides credit for this game. I do. And I want to make sure that it's important that, sure, it's fine for fans to be very critical about coaches and whatnot, but it's also important for you to give props where props are due. And I thought that she did a really good job in that fourth quarter with making the personnel adjustments and sort of, I assume, telling the squad to, hey, look up. Lexi Hull is open on the opposite side. Look for her. When Aaliyah Boston had the ball, what did she do? She found Lexi Hull. Caitlin found Lexi Hull. That's what you do. Now, guys, let's get to some of the stats. Let's get to some of the stats, guys. What a fantastic game. To me, in my opinion, player of the game goes to Lexi Hull. Because Lexi Hull is she's a player who is not that much of a scorer. She's a player who could play defense, and she sometimes scores, but not really, guys. Before this game, guys, the most points that Lexi has scored this season was 10, guys. She comes into this game averaging 3.7 points a game. 3.7. That's it for Lexi Hull. And today, Lexi Hull got on her big one. She hit 6 of 7 three-point baskets today. Lexi Hull finished the game with 22 points, guys. 22 points. Player of the game for Lexi Hull. 22 points. Yeah, sure. It's not the most points on the team. Yeah, sure. Caitlin and Kelsey Mitchell scored more than that. But you expect Kelsey Mitchell, you expect Caitlin to give you close to 20, right? You expect them to have a really good game. But Lexi Hull, no one expected that. Now, guys, when Lexi was at Stanford, she could shoot. She's a scorer. She could make stuff happen. She could make stuff happen. When she was in college, coming into the WNBA, yeah, sure, she could play good defense. Yeah, she can get hit shots every now and then. But at the end of the day, she was not that impactful of a player. She wasn't. She just wasn't. But guys, the performance that she put on today was absolutely masterful. Again, guys, 22 points, 6 of 7 from the three-point line for Lexi Hall. She went 8 of 10 in the game. I thought she was fantastic. I did. I thought she was fantastic, not just on the offensive end. Not just on the offensive end, on the defensive end as well. She drew a charge. She sat down on defense and moved her feet. You know, like, she's a good player. And today I thought she did her thing. So absolutely, in my opinion, player of the game, even though she doesn't score the most points in the game, player of the game goes to Lexi Hall. She had 21 minutes in this game. 21 minutes, 22 points. If that don't say impactful, I don't know what does. I don't know what does if that does not say impactful. Also, she got a block in there, so like that's cool. But anyway, 20 for her plus and minus. She was great. She was absolutely great. Another player off the bench that did her thing for this Indiana Fever team was Damaris Dantas. I talked about her. In her performance in the fourth quarter, but I thought Damaris Dantas had some really good minutes as well. They didn't need her to score a ton. They just needed her to be active on both the offensive and defensive end. She finished with 8 points. So Damaris Dantas and Lexi Hall scored all of the bench points. They scored all of the bench points for this Indiana Fever squad. And I thought Damaris Dantas, yes, she did miss, especially there was like one like layup that she like missed that she absolutely should have made. But like in general, I thought she played well today. I thought she did. She definitely played well. Now, guys, let's get to the starters. First of all, Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston finished with 9 points in this game, 15 rebounds. Now, guys, I will say, yes, Aaliyah Boston did not have the best in terms of scoring for this game. However, I thought she was good. I thought she did what she needed to do. She got those rebounds, and that's what this team needed. They needed her to dominate the boards, and that's what she did. She played her role well. It is not, I think some people think that it's a failure if a player does not have more than 10 points at the end of the game. For me, no. For me, it's not about points. It's not about stats in general. It's about impact. And I thought that Aaliyah Boston had some really good impact. I thought that she had some really good impact in this game, not just on the boards, but also, guys, Aaliyah Boston, she had her head up and she passed that basketball, guys. 8 assists, guys. 8 assists for Aaliyah Boston. 8, guys. What? What we talking about here? Aaliyah Boston with 8 assists. Guys, usually she averages 2.7 assists per game. That's what she averages. Yeah, sure, she could pass. She always could pass, but like she wasn't passing like that. But today, Aaliyah Boston was like, you know what? I'm gonna pass that ball. I'm gonna pass that ball and I'm rebound. That's what I'm doing. And she did it spectacularly. So I would say this was a big game for Aaliyah Boston. I thought she made stuff happen for her team and was very, very impactful. Yes, sure, whatever. She doesn't score 10 points. But it's not all about that. It's not. In my opinion, it's not. I know some people that's all they think about, that's all they care about. However, it's more than that. It's the whole ecosystem of how you are playing. And I thought she was huge today. Not just from a passing perspective, not just from a defensive perspective, not just from a rebounding perspective. I thought the way that she played, the way that she was thinking through the game, the way that she was not really making mistakes, that's exactly what you need from Aaliyah Boston. That's what you need. And I thought she was huge for this team today. Huge. Next up, Guys, Kelsey Mitchell. I thought Kelsey Mitchell, guys, Kelsey Mitchell is a big bucket maker. That's what she did, guys. 27 points for Kelsey Mitchell. She was 5 of 8 from the 3-point line. And that's what you do. That is what you do. She was hitting no shots, guys. That's what she does. She didn't miss one layup early in the game. Caitlin Clark, it was a fantastic dime by Caitlin. And Kelsey missed it. And I think the rest of her game was her making up for that missed layup. I think the rest of her game today was making up for that missed layup. And again, not only was she scoring, she also just again made an impact on this team. She had 3 assists, which is pretty decent for her. She doesn't. I mean, she's not getting assists like that in games, but to me, I thought she was looking for her teammates and making stuff happen. So again, Kelsey Mitchell, she hits big buckets, she makes shots, and that's what she did today. That is what she did today on the 3-point line, guys. Overall, this Indiana Fever team shot the 3 ball so well. 48% from the 3-point line for this Indiana Fever team. 48%, guys. And a huge amount of that was between 2 players. It was between Lexi Hall and Kelsey Mitchell. Those 2 players, dominant, man. Dominant. I'm just saying, guys. I am just saying. 18 points from the 3-point basket for Lexi Hall. And for Kelsey Mitchell, 15 points. So Lexi gives you 18 from the 3-point line. Kelsey gives you 15. Huge. You're going to get W's with that. 15 of Kelsey's 27 points were from the 3-point line. And 18 of Lexi's 22. It's ginormous. That is ginormous for this squad. Now, save the PG1 for last because I thought Caitlin Clark had a really good game. Really good game. Now, guys, when we talk about Caitlin Clark, yeah, sure, she's long 3-point shot maker, all that good stuff. I felt like early in the game, it felt like she was kind of forcing it a little bit. She was getting frustrated and forcing it. But the thing I love about Caitlin is her ability to adjust. Her ability to adjust and see what the refs are doing, see what they're calling, see what they're not calling. And yes, she still complains, but her game changes because of it. And that was good to see. I thought that once again, she continues to be a masterful passer. Probably would have gotten at least 12 assists if it wasn't for like missed shots and whatnot. But overall, I thought she was fantastic in this one. 23 points, 9 assists, I should say, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, which is like for some reason Caitlin be getting these blocks, man. I don't know, man. Like she be getting block shots. It's just with Caitlin Clark, the assists are not the same. Yeah, sure. People, sure, you could pass someone the ball and you get an assist. But, like, the way that she sees the court and some of the passes that she makes is like, whoa, how'd you see that? Whoa, how'd you thread the needle like that? Like whoa. You know, it's kind of crazy sometimes to just sort of see an assist is not just a regular assist when it comes to Caitlin Clark. Usually, it's very, 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 very impressive. Very, very, very impressive. She had plus 18 in this game. Now, guys, I talked about the players who I thought played really well in this game for the Indiana Fever. Now, guys, let's talk about the players who struggled. And to me, there were 2 huge players who are really not doing well. Okay? That is Nalissa Smith and Katie Lou Samuelson. Now, Nalissa Smith and Katie Lou Samuelson, again, it's not about the points. It's about impact. Again, it's not about the points. It's about impact. Now, I thought both of them did a pretty good job rebounding the ball, but that was where the impact basically left. They both started the game, Katie Lou Samuelson and Alyssa Smith. And usually Katie Lou is not scoring like that. She's usually not. But Alyssa Smith, you usually do get a little bit more. You do get more from Alyssa Smith on a night in and night out basis. I thought she was just horrible today. Like, she just wasn't good. She usually averages 11 points a game. And she just seemed off. She seemed off. Wasn't really hitting shots. Katie Lou Samuelson as well. Wasn't really hitting shots. It's one of those things where if they're not careful, if those two, Alyssa Smith and Katie Lou Samuelson, if y'all not careful, Damaris Johnson is about to take your spot, Alyssa. She about to take your spot in the starting lineup. Katie Lou, Lexi Ho about to take your spot. All right? I'm just saying. Like, they got to get it together. This was a very, very, very bad game by both of those two. And they have more in them. They're a better team than this. They're a better team than what we saw today. Yes, they get the job done on the rebounding front. That's not the issue. Because both of them, they can rebound. Yes, absolutely. They gave you some good rebounds today. For Katie Lou, she had 6 rebounds in this game. And Alyssa Smith, she had 7. But again, guys, it really is all about impact. And to me, I didn't think they were that impactful. I didn't. Personally, I didn't. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how everything continues. But wasn't a good game for them. But every time, people have bad games sometimes. It's not that big of a deal. But I just wanted to sort of point that out. Now, guys, let's get to the super chats, and then I have one thing to say about Caitlin that maybe you knew, maybe you didn't know. All right, so let's get to y'all comments. ABZ says Fever went from rebuild to compete now in one season. I mean, sure, they're competing now. I mean, you mean compete for a WNBA championship? No, I don't think they're going to do that. No, but yeah, they can definitely compete with teams though. They definitely can. Adrian says the Storm looked like they were struck by a tornado. Yeah, they did. In that full quarter, they did. It was like a buzzsaw. It was a buzzsaw, and they couldn't do nothing about it. But thank y'all so much, ABZ and Adrian, for those super chats. Thank you, 3 Diglets, for the super chat. Says, before the game started, there was one word that came to mind: redemption. Fever should have never lost to the Storm the first 2 times. Clark for Rookie of the Year, MVP, and President of the United States. Autograph all the babies. 3 Diglets is excited. 3 Diglets says, Caitlin for Rookie of the Year, MVP, and President of the United States. Oh, man. Brandon, thank you so much for the super chat, says, that's a dub. Lexi killed it. She did. She absolutely did. Yeah. El Professor says, Lexi was playing NBA Jam. She was on fire. Yeah, she was. Absolutely. She was on fire, making it happen, Captain. Thank you so much for the super chat. Future Goat says, I feel inspired after winning this game. Wow. Love it, love it, love it. Future Goat says, I'm mad that I'm starting to like Christy. Why? No need. I feel like sometimes she gets undue hate sometimes. Sometimes she be doing some silly stuff. But a lot of times I do feel like it's undue hate. But yeah, I thought she did a good job coaching, especially in that fourth quarter. The adjustments, the personnel changes that they made, I thought it was smart, in my opinion. LSU Tiger 2, thank you so much for the super chat, says, this might sound weird, but Lexi and Caitlin have become great friends, and I think it's elevating Lexi's game. Possibly. I don't think that sounds weird at all, actually. LSU Tiger 2, because we saw during the Olympic break, I saw some photos and videos of them hanging out together. I think one was they were on a boat or something. But yeah, they have definitely gotten closer as friends, and having a really good relationship with your point guard, not only does it enhance their confidence in you, but it also just makes you a lot more comfortable too. So I think they probably it probably is helping her game. It probably is. Kierland says, "Do you think the slow pace was a size call? Possibly, yeah. Because like, hey, you can't always run with the Seattle Storm team. They're really good. So in the half court offense, let's set up something. Let's run some interesting stuff and keep your eyes up for the opposite side of the court where likely Lexi Hull will be open for the 3-point shot." James says, "No crying about playing the bench sooner." Thank you so much for the super chat. Future Goat says, "Aaliyah's game IQ led this team to the win." Facts. Yeah. Facts. She has really good basketball IQ. Yeah. Inspector says, "Subscribe and like." Yeah, if y'all could please hit that subscribe button. Also, please hit that like button. That really does help the channel out a whole lot. Future Ghost says, I talked much trash about Christy. Now I switched up." Well, at least you admit it. Future Ghost. At least you admit it. And guys, that was kind of my thoughts about this game. Now, guys, I do want to talk about something that could come back to bite the Indiana Fever / Caitlin Clark. The fact that once again, Caitlin Clark has gotten a technical foul. She got a technical foul in that second half. Her arguments sort of started when Aaliyah Boston got called for a foul, and Caitlin was very, very upset about that, and that just sort of spiraled. She ended up hitting the padding on the basket. She ended up hitting that in frustration, and she got called for the technical foul. Now, guys, this is her 5th technical foul. Caitlin Clark has 5 technical fouls in this season so far. Guys, a thing to note, guys, is technical fouls can come out to bite you. Because once you get 7 technical fouls, you are suspended for a game. So Caitlin has to be careful. She has to be careful, and she has to watch herself, because you can and you will get suspended for a game if you get 7 technical fouls. So that is a thing to note. That is a thing to note. She does not. She wants to kind of keep her anger together, keep her emotions in check a little bit, because you do not want to get that 7th technical foul, because you will be out for a game. Now, I understand the passion. I get it. I have no problem with players showing a lot of passion, but in the back of your mind, you just got to be careful. You got to be careful. Because you do not want to get that 7th. Because who's to say if she gets a 7th, that next game is a critical must win, and you wind up losing because Caitlin's not there. So I think that's something that she has to keep in her mind. FM says, "Quita, how much money you want to bet she will not get the 7th?" I don't bet. I don't do sports betting. I think she will get the 7th before the season's over. Personally, I think she will get the 7th. But I don't bet, so I put no money on it. All right. But yeah, that's kind of the Indiana Fever and how they played today. For the Seattle Storm, they played defense good the first 3 quarters, and then in the 4th quarter they just played terrible. I mean, it was absolutely horrible the way that they played. It became the Jewel Lloyd show, and yes, Jewel Lloyd is their number 1 player, right? And but the other players were not getting as involved. And this version of the Seattle Storm, they can't just rely on Jewel Lloyd, because she can't just do it on her own. She actually had 26 points in this game. A good amount of that was done in the 4th quarter. There needs to be more. There were missed shots throughout the game by Skylar Diggins-Smith. She does end up with 15 points, but there were a lot of missed shots, a lot of missed 3-point shots from Skylar. They need more from her on the offensive end. They also need more from Ezzy Magmagor and Nneka Ogwumike. They were opportunities for NECA, miss shots. Ezzy Magmagor she didn't really attempt that many shots. She didn't. So that's the thing. And they need this Seattle Storm team is a really good defensive team. But sometimes I feel like they can sort of rest on their defensive laurels and not score. You got to score. You got to score, guys. If Seattle would have put this team away in the first 3 quarters, it would have been fine. But they allowed the Fever to stay in this game. Not because the Fever was doing something offensively. Nah, they were getting controlled offensively. It was a fine game offensively, and defensively for the Seattle Storm. It was just they offensively were not able to score like that. They weren't able to put the game away, and then the fourth quarter comes, and then the Fever is a buzzsaw, comes in and scores 33 points in this fourth quarter. 33 points for this Indiana Fever team. 33. Fourth quarter. The Seattle Storm only scored 17. You have to score. Yes, you're good on defense. That's not a problem. But you have to score the basketball. You have to. Otherwise, you're screwed. Otherwise, yeah, sure, you'll be the best, the second or third best defensive team in the WNBA and still lose. I'm just saying, you gotta score the basketball, and hopefully they can convince Gabby Williams to join their team because they need her. They really do need her. Now, guys, that's kind of my thoughts on this game. Now, at the end of the game, there's a little bit of a issue, I guess, of sorts between Noelle Quinn and Chrissy Sides. The confusion and the issue was that Noelle Quinn was upset at Chrissy Sides for allowing her starters to stay in the game. So there was a timeout that Noelle Quinn called, and during that timeout, she swapped out her starters and put the bench players in. This is when the game was basically over. I think it was like a minute left or something like that. And Noelle for Seattle puts in all the bench players, and at the time, the Fever still had their starters in the game. But eventually, Chrissy Sides ends up taking those players out. But that was the issue. It seemed like that was the issue. That Noelle Quinn was upset about that. Like, hey, you were supposed to have taken your players out. Why in the world you keep your starters in the game? It's sort of like an unwritten rule where like coaches get all up in their feelings when other coaches do certain stuff. So it's one of those things where it's like the same thing where like in the NFL, the game is over, and you don't kneel. You run a play. Like you beat the team by 20 points. You got the ball. Time is winding down. Instead of the quarterback kneeling, the quarterback runs the play. And then the other coach on the opposite team is pissed. They're really mad, and they're like, "How dare you do this?" And it's like and then when they meet together at half court, at the half of the field, they're upset. It's a similar thing. Like coaches, pick a sport, any sport. There's certain sort of unwritten rules, and if you go against those unwritten rules, the opposite coach is gonna get really mad at you. Like it's just a thing. Like you can call it petty or whatever. It's just what coaches do. Like pick a sport, any sport. They all get up in their feelings if the other coach does certain stuff. It is what it is. But anyway, guys, that is that's the game right there. That is the game. Let's get to y'all comments. Thank you so much, Reggie, for the super chat. Says, I think the WNBA will rescind that technical. Kaylin acted out due to missing a shot, not due to a ref's call. Shout out to you for your dedication. Well, thank you, Reggie. I don't think the WNBA is going to rescind that, though. I don't think they're going to rescind that. It doesn't matter, like, the reason for her hitting the hitting the what is that called? It's the padding below the rim. Like, I don't think it matters the reason. She did it. The refs took exception to it, especially because right before that, she had been complaining for like 2 whole minutes to the refs. So she was complaining. So she was sort of getting up, all upset at them. And so after she did that, they called the tech. I mean, I don't know how you rescind that. Like, I don't think the WNBA will. I think they'll keep it. It's very rare for the WNBA to rescind technicals. They do it sometimes, but for the most part, they don't rescind them. For the most part, though sometimes they do. All right. Thank you so much, Kieran, for the super chat. Says coach's confrontation at the end. I heard Side say, "Oh, coach, I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do when winning this much at the end. My bad." Is this true? Did Chrissy Sides really say that? If so, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. If that really is what she said. But yeah, guys, that's the game. I really do thank y'all so much for rocking with me. I do. Guys, this has been me doing play-by-play of the Indiana Fever versus the Seattle Storm. The final score is 92. Indiana Fever, 75. Seattle Storm. This Indiana Fever team go on a 33-17 run in the fourth quarter to ultimately close out this game. This is a fun one. Hope y'all were entertained because I surely was. Whether it was that fantastic block by Ezzy Magmagor, like, guys, Ezzy Magmagor's block on Caitlin Clark, on Katie Lou Samuelson, it was fun to see. Ezzy Magmagor, definitely in the running for defensive player of the year. She does her thing all the time. She finishes the game with 5 blocks. Count them, 5 blocks. Yeah, she didn't score that much, but she got it done with the blocks, and it was fun to see. I love to see an Ezzy Magmagor block because it always comes out of nowhere, but yet you always know it's coming. You always know it's coming, but you just never know when. And then she comes out of nowhere, block. It's fun to see. It really is fun to see. Guys, I will see y'all soon. I'll see y'all later. I'll be on the call for the Sky versus Phoenix Mercury game that's happening later today. So y'all can rock with me there. I've already put in the link for that game, so y'all can go to my channel and click to notify yourself. But yeah, anyway, guys, that's it, guys. Appreciate y'all so much for rocking with me. Have a fantastic day, guys. Happy Sunday. Hope y'all are doing well, guys. Be kind to people. Be respectful. Especially in comments, be respectful to people. Be respectful to people in real life. Guys, the thing to note is I would love for you all to enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe, be happy, be well. Guys, tell somebody that they matter because they really do. And if no one has told you today, you matter. You are important, and I am happy that you are on this earth, guys. I love you, but most importantly, Jesus loves you. Until next time, guys, I will see y'all soon. Bye-bye.